Here we go, guys. It's 2019. What better way to get 2019 kicked off than heading to Chickamauga? We're rolling down 81 right now, heading for Chattanooga. This year we're going to kick the season off with the Bunch Marine guys and the Tennessee Team Trail.
Going back behind my hooks.
All right, quick midday update here on practice day one. You haven't seen any video of any fishing or anything up to this point together, but wintertime fishing is certainly not a strength of ours. So we have been out here on the water since 8:15, 8:30, and we have not picked up a rod yet. We have been graphing this entire time, locating bait, just looking for areas that were promising, get an idea of how the lake is setting up right now. It's pretty muddy throughout, stained, I wouldn't say muddy. So we're just now picking up a rod. So we're going to kind of take a different approach to it this year and really see how things shake out. We'll spend more time fishing tomorrow, but we really wanted to see how this lake looked today and locate a lot of high percentage areas.
Moving sideways, man.
Yeah, that was a fish. He came off though.
What?
Yeah. Okay.
4.5 pounds.
Well, I just had one eat a crankbait. Either
That's what we caught them all on.
okay. Either
Those others came on crankbaits.
Okay.
Austin's throwing a red one. He caught 2 on a red one, and then I'm throwing the sexy shad. That's what I've caught the bigger one on.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying not to get my face in it. Okay, so there's a little school of them right there. Alright guys, hopefully I'm getting decent sound. Yeah, he's got a good belly on him. Hopefully I'm getting decent sound on this chesty mount. You can see right here, I just lost one. Dad just caught one on a crankbait. But you can kind of see that it goes from what would be a little spawning bay, and you see a transition right here in front of us from where it goes from that pea gravel or almost sand to some of this bigger rock. And of course we got sun beating down on it, warming it up. But that's a couple fish right here on this same angled cast. Oh, there's one.
Got him?
Yep.
What are you doing? That?
Yeah. Coming up.
Good deal.
Lord, I want you to feel how cool that fish is.
I know.
Yeah, another solid one.
Yep. Another 2.5, you think?
Yeah. Alright guys, so we're going to close out day one of practice here. A little recap. Got onto a crankbait bite. Snyder and his brother also had some fish on a crankbait. They did catch a 4-pounder, which you'll see here in this picture. That was the biggest fish of the day for either boat. But again, everything was coming on rock, and especially with sun on it, things have been warming up. Here towards the end of the day, you saw that we caught keeper on a lipless crankbait back there. Well, not really back there, but at the mouth of Grasshopper Creek where we had marked those fish earlier today. Like I told you earlier in the video, that we spent this whole morning just graphing, looking for bait, looking for good areas, and we've gone back and checked on some of those this afternoon. So sun's going down, we're going to wrap it up, head in, get something to eat. We'll be back out here bright and early. Luckily it's going to be around freezing, 32 or maybe a little bit warmer, so we should be able to get an earlier start to the day and hopefully dial in some of this that we got going on and maybe find some new places. So we'll see you in the morning.
Hope got bed early. That's neat. They don't know there's a bottom down there.
Are you not feeling it?
I should have been on the off the bat. I'm trying to get down there and get over. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Big catch.
I mean, he's a decent keeper.
Look at the face on him thing.
Yeah, he's bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now I want you to look at that mouth. They are busting right here. Nah. Alright guys. That's what it looks like when they're eating crawfish really well. See how his crusher's back there are red, his lips are red. Nice solid 2.5, 3 pound fish. Alright. Need 5 of you to get the day started. Thank you, buddy. Now that was not him. Did you see that? Man, we marked bait yesterday, basically starting right here where we're at. And see, this water's a little bit cleaner. I'd almost be willing to throw a swim bait here or a jerk bait. Yeah, that's some clean water. Do what?
We'll be playing the carousel game between a couple of these pockets tomorrow.
Yeah. Like I said, I'd love if we can get bit in here. It'd make me feel really good.
That means we've been bitten all the pockets that we found.
Yeah, you know, like it.
There's still one that we haven't been in.
Yeah, there's that one down there towards the steam plant that was loaded up. Like I said, if we can just get bitten. There he is. Now come on. I literally have the hooks been in. That's a good one.
Literally what?
I've got the hooks are been in.
At least see him.
I think he's hooked. I don't feel bad if I got the hooks been in. It's like a PB. No, I think it's a catfish.
Drummer?
A drummer.
A drummer.
Now how in the world are you going to get them hooks in your head?
Only a drummer would do that.
Good sized drum.
Yeah. And not only you have a rope. thought about that. Had y'all come by and watch me and see that too. She was like, what? I was like, it's off at 5. She was like, okay.
The holes. We got to hang on the.
Well, pull them back up. See now.
Yep. Oh, did it touch? Okay. It grabbed that line. I thought it had it hang up.
They're fishing the brooks. Yeah, I know. I was going to say, that didn't take long. Because it is a fish. Yep. Keep them. Watch your ham.
All right, boys. Good luck, gentlemen.
91, 92, come on, 93, 93.
Sorry, be coming over here on you, buddy.
Just kicked her off, I think.
Yep. It should be that tire. Yeah. Compared to what's normal down here, yeah.
Yeah. Fishing Tennessee Team Trail. Y'all been having any luck out here today? That's the first fish we've caught today. Had to downsize to a little 2.8 swim bait. Thanks, man. What a belly on, girl.
We're going to sum up the Chickamauga trip in one word. It'd have to be unexpected. All the things that went on, the crazy events, Pope getting stuck on the sandbar, catching my personal best. I just never really thought that that's how those things would have worked out, how they would have lined up. But let's kind of recap and talk about how things went. Early on in Thursday, like I said, we did a lot of graphing. We spent a lot of time looking for bait, a lot of time just looking for key areas. That afternoon, we caught a few fish. But the lipless crankbait and the rock crawler and that 9 to 14 foot diving were our go-to baits for Thursday and Friday. We caught them in the red bug color on the rock crawler, and then chartreuse sexy shad on the lipless crankbait. And as you can see in the video a little bit, a lot of that was a lift and reel when it came to the lipless crankbait, and then we were working the rock crawler very slow. So as we went on through the tournament day, there was just no activity in those areas that we had found, and we ended up having to downsize to a 2.8 inch Kitech. We saw some shad floating up. They were starting to die, and that was just the perfect size. That matched the hatch perfectly. So when we finally got out to those points down towards Chester Frost that we had found with bait on them and saw those bait dying, we changed up, made that adjustment, and that's when we caught that new personal best of mine. It went 8 pounds 3 ounces. So the overall weekend was a little bit of a letdown just because we weren't able to put any fish with that big fish in the tournament, but it was enough to get us our entry fee back for the next tournament and get us into 63rd, get us some points for the full year. So not what we were hoping for, but I'll always take a personal best. It's always fun to go down to Chickamauga with that chance of catching a giant. So we'll see you next time on Watauga Lake with the Tennessee Christian Bass Anglers.